Ron Allen is outside the courtroom here in New York. And also with us, Joyce Vance, former U.S. attorney and an NBC legal analyst. So, Ron, tell us a little bit about what we can expect in court today.
Well, Carol's attorneys have said that they have about a half hour or so more of questioning on direct for her before her testimony will end. It's largely now focused on the defamation part of the case, the allegations that Trump has made against her. She says this has destroyed her life, that the emails, the response from the public about all this has been, the hate has been staggering, she has said. Earlier, the testimony focused on the rape allegation, and she described it in very vivid and graphic detail, what she says happened at Bergdorf Goodman, that department store in New York City, back in the spring of 1996. Now, we expect a very vigorous, aggressive cross-examination by Donald Trump's attorneys to begin sometime very soon this morning. In this case, there's not a lot of gray. You know, they're not quibbling about details or that sort of thing. Donald Trump and his attorneys have insisted that this never happened, that he does not know this woman, that he has never met her, that he doesn't shop at Bergdorf Goodman. So there is just no daylight between one saying this happened and the other saying it absolutely did not. And so the heart of the case was yesterday and today as the jury hears from E. Jean Carroll herself. You pointed out that today is the deadline for Donald Trump's attorneys to tell the judge whether he will testify or not. The judge is concerned about security, about all kinds of issues, about whether he has to alert the court officials and the police, for that matter, about Donald Trump's coming to the courtroom. You'll remember a couple of weeks ago what happened when he testified when he came to appear in the criminal proceeding against him. So the judge is concerned about all of that. And so we do not expect Donald Trump to testify. We do not expect him to be here. He participated in a deposition, and we expect the jury to hear those excerpts. But again, today, E. Jean Carroll is expected to wrap up her testimony, and the jury, that's the bulk of the case, whether they believe her or not. Anna?
So, Joyce, Trump has not been in the courtroom. He wasn't there yesterday for Carroll's testimony, but he was on social media bashing Carroll and this case. As a lawyer, just give me your reaction to Trump not agreeing to appear in person, but taking to social media as Carroll, who is accusing him of sexual assault, is giving this emotional testimony.
Right. So I think you don't have to be a lawyer to understand that Trump would rather give his quote unquote testimony in a forum like Truth Social, where he doesn't have to say it's true under oath, than he would in a courtroom. He doesn't even have the courage to sit there and face his accuser. And this, frankly, is something that won't be lost on the jury. Trump's lawyers wanted to be able to explain away his absence, telling jurors that he wasn't there because he was being considerate of New York's security resources and didn't want to overburden police and impose on public safety. But the judge said, you can't do that. I'm not going to let you explain it away like that. And so the jury will draw its own inferences, although perhaps this comes up later on in the trial and there's some effort to explain it. But for now, the jury is just looking at that empty chair.
And actually, didn't the judge go after Trump's lawyers because of what Trump was writing on social media and essentially suggesting that he could be in additional legal jeopardy by what he's posting?
He absolutely did. And, you know, judges, and especially an experienced judge like Lewis Kaplan, they know how to control their courtroom. They don't let defendants try their cases in public or the media. The evidence, all of the action happens in that courtroom where the judge is sitting. So when E. Jean Carroll's lawyer, Roberta Kaplan, not related to the judge, raised these social media postings yesterday morning in court, Kaplan reacted very sharply and said Trump might even face other sorts of legal penalties. I think a veiled reference or a not so veiled reference to obstruction statutes. You know, he's not saying that Trump crossed the line here. He's just putting him on notice that he has to quit it now or face potential additional action.
All right, Joyce Vance and Ron Allen, thank you both. We'll keep on top of this trial.